A very warm greeting to you all. Today I will be presenting on the topic human development in Piaget cognitive theory. Before getting further into the topic, we must first understand what human development is. Human development basically refers to the physical, cognitive, and emotional growth and changes that occurs throughout a person's lifespan from birth to old age. As we move more into the topic, I will be further elaborating on human development, Piaget's cognitive theory. So, moving on to the theory, what actually Piaget cognitive theory means, what actually describes. It describes how children's thinking develops in stages as they grow. As they grow, their mindset also grows. As a child goes years by years, their mindset also grows in that ways. Coming down to the next box, during their pre-operational stage, which is ages 2 to 6 years, they start using symbols, see themselves as important, and begin to develop basic logical thinking. That simply means when they see what their parents, their guardians do, they also start to learn on that. A child's environment, social relationships, and culture influence this period. This is that will be the time where they'll learn things. They'll learn things. Moving on, hu- human development in cognitive development theory. Cognitive development theory concentrates on how psychological processes, including reasoning and problem solving, how these cognitive functions affects a person's overall development, which simply means that throughout a person's life and influenced by the people and culture around them, like their family, community, and society, those people and cultures have beliefs, values, and rules that shape how a person grows and develops. These things affects everything from how a person thinks, feels, to how they interact with others and their physical abilities. Moving on to the next one. In human development in social culture, in toddlers, development is viewed as a dynamic and continuous process that is impacted by the social and cultural norms, the values and beliefs on the individual. The notion that a child's social and cultural environment, which includes their family, community, society, and culture, has an impact on their growth and development, is what this refers to. That simply means is how people think and problem solving ability change and improves as they grow. As they grow, their problem solving ability changes. For example, for infants, baby starts by exploring the world through their sense, touching, looking. They learn that objects exist even when they can't see them. For children, as child grows, they begin to think logically. For example, a 4-year-old can understand what if you pour water from a short glass into a tall glass. The amount of water stays the same. For teenagers, they start thinking more abstractly. They can discuss ideas like justice, freedoms, and understands that problem might have multiple solutions. For elders, they are able to think critically and solve complex problems, often using past experience to guide their decisions. Moving ahead, social cultural factors can afford development in many ways. Some of the examples are cultural practices and traditional have an impact on parenting styles, which uh, which affects a child's socializing and emotional development. That simply means parenting styles vary between cultures and can include physical disciplines or verbal communication, encouragement of independence or group orientation. Furthermore, second point, social structure institutions like school, religious institutions, and government policies have important impact on individuals' access to resources that are essential to their development. These resources can include education, healthcare, housing, transportation, or employment, among others. For instance, schools provide access to education, religious institutions offer services like food, banks, and counseling, and the government provides healthcare, social service, and public safety. Moving on, educational implications on Piaget's cognitive theory, use of visual aids, and hands-on activity, which simply means that learning through pictures and interactive activities, as the child sees something, they are able to visualize. Children understand better when they actively do things instead of listening. When they see something, it is easy for them to understand rather than listening. Using pictures, models, and puzzles and blocks helps children understand difficult ideas more easily. It helps them to understand easily when they see something they can visualize, they can memorize as well with the same at the same time. For example, a teacher uses picture cards to teach new vocabulary, making learning more interesting, engaging where students enjoy learning, where it feels that child is involved with the teacher and it they make it together. Moving on, challenges in cognitive development. Number one is struggling with logical thinking. Children trust their feelings more than thinking logically and may struggle to understand what caused things to happen. For example, a child may believe that if he or she wears this lucky shirt, he will win the game. Whatever he believes, he thinks that it's the correct thing, but it is not. But whatever his feelings, he thinks that it will happen when he has noticed that like whenever he wears that, he wins the game. That must be his notice. Number two, ecocentrism affects social interaction, which means that the young children have difficulty understanding what other people have different thoughts, feelings, and perspective. That means that what that person is thinking, he thinks that it's same for everyone. For limited exposure to the diverse learning materials, some children do not have enough books, toys, or technologies to help them learn because of the culture and family income. Some children, they living in rural areas might have fewer chances to play play games, play in educational games as well compared to the kids in the city. To conclude, it does not mean that everyone that it means that a child from ages from 2 to 7, as they grow, their ages groups changes. Thank you.